Alright guys, I don't know what happened, so I'm just starting over because it shut off on me. Some problems, maybe I might have to do it part 2, I'll put part 2. Alright, so it says it's got a connection. Some of you are back. Okay, it might get better, you guys. Hopefully it'll get okay. It says okay? Yeah, baby. So, and you know, we're trying to be loving, and at the same time, we have to give you some bad news, but we, excuse me, we still are, you would say, exposing, like light exposes you guys suffering, darkness. You know, inherently, light is a spiritual thing. You are, it's like aligning with this emerald covenant if you're blue flame, and if you're here like a starseed serving the, like a bird race, or like the Ceres, or like a reptilian race, but you feel that you're good reptilian, you know, then that would be the gold flame seraphim angels. So we have the Elohai angels, and we have the Seraphi angels, and then violet flame angels. So let me see. Okay, these angels are like what we call, what we just talked about earlier, multiple dimensions. Well, they're in the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th dimension. Okay, so this is part of your heritage now. In a multi-dimensional simultaneous system, it's happening all now. And so it's hard to understand that, but as you evolve, I mean, I promise, it just kind of like turns on. As you evolve, you will become aware of these things, like literally. Like I have people telling me they see spirits and they can't turn off. You know, this is something that you're, it has some type of, like, you would say, something with your soul family, something that you're dealing with. Makoya. If you see a lot of dark spirits all the time, you're immersed in that soul family. That means you have a lot of shadow. And does that mean you're damned? No. That just means that you have every single life you live, you have a choice. You can. It's kind of hard when you're being controlled a lot, but for the most part, you can free yourself if you get into realizing that you're God sovereign free, man. And if you want to turn back to the light, you can. It's a matter of will. It's a matter of intention. It's a matter of commitment. Because think about it. It's not about sin and guilt. It's about energy. You're trying to align to love, which is universal, unconditional. But we find ourselves putting conditions on our love. Oh, most people certainly, it seems, that don't love everybody. They love certain people. Well, we have to expand this to include all. Okay? We're loving beings. We're guardians. We guard. The demons attack. You don't see demons guarding. They're not guardians. We're guardians. We guard and stay peaceful. It's so, you know, I've had religious people say comments like, oh, you don't want to listen to these hippies. You know, I'm a hippie. So I'm discredited based on his idea of something that means absolutely nothing. You know, he's putting me in some label and trying to make it derogatory. This is not very spiritual consciousness. You're aligned with a false creed, with judgment. You're trying to you're transmitting this energy, and it's like an attack, a psychic attack, Going into an argument with someone is a psychic battle. So you guys are harming each other when you argue. If you guys are throwing emotions at each other, like anger, like maybe even temporary hate, well, that is an energy attack. So you will affect the person's fields, their mood, and their emotion, and their DNA, their life experience. Thanks. No. So people will attack you energetically through words, through even body language. They will attack you. You're getting a stare down or an attack through the eyes. People will throw you the evil eye. People know technologies of how to send energy to you. You have dark ones, dark thinking, demons. No, we don't say what is demons as in religion point of view, like a gal, a creature. You certainly have those. Okay? No, you're a being who is not following law of one. Doesn't mean what you look like. A beautiful man, a beautiful woman, an alien, whatever. They could be dark. They could still be beautiful. So realize the angel's pretty, but so can some wicked being be pretty. Realize doesn't mean it's in the World of Warcraft they show the dark ones as being ugly and ghoulish, like you're on a undead. That's nice, or you're like a skeleton, right? Or you're like a dead skeleton, rotting flesh, or you're this. It's called a dark elf, the blood elves, they call them. Yeah, nice word, right? Blood elf. Oh, nice. They're pretty, but they're not actually nice. They're evil, you would say. Dark. Negative. Okay, you don't like to say evil? Okay, say negative at least. They're negative. They're not. They want to harm you, okay? And also, while they're harming you, they're going to be your boss. They want to control you. They enjoy to cause suffering. This you can call Satan or Lucifer or the devil. I know even people get mad because it's not the same. Okay. Don't get judgmental about it and angry and self-defensive, What's up? Aren't you a loving person? You're following a religion that's supposed to make you, behave and talk and treat people nicely and lovingly. No, it's not generating those people. Maybe it's not the religion's fault, but it's representing this in its own history. It's all about this drama. It's all about the angels versus the demons. It's the darkness, the Lucifer, trying to attack God, go against God's intention, go against, not from this book's point of view, from a cosmic point, God, a consciousness, energy, which is aligned to love, you would say unconditional love, eternal, never endless love. That sounds beautiful. Unconditional, endless, eternal love. That's divine love. That's not conditional, okay? That means you don't have to be good or bad or anything. It loves you unconditionally. Well, some people don't teach that. There's conditions. If that person's not this, you don't love them, they're the devil. Well, we don't say that about the Anunnaki or the reptilians. We don't say, point fingers and say, they're evil. We're not supposed to, We say they are trying to harm you, and this is how. And this is what you can do. At the same time, don't judge part of God. You follow law of one, and if you do that, look, you're not following law of one. You're not you haven't gotten it figured out yet, Holy One. When you can love someone like a dictator, not like give your energy. I'm saying you still feel love towards what is part of God. Obviously, that's not separate from God. That's still God, and you still treat this love, unconditional love that most humans don't practice, don't understand a divine unconditional love. No conditions for me to love you, even while you're trying to hurt me or cuss me out or malign me. I love angel, guardian angel loves demon. Certainly the demon doesn't love the angel. Okay? You're guardian, you guard, you're a light worker, you're an empath, some type of psychic person, aligning yourself to the higher centers, the higher abilities, perceptions. You think it's only about smelling and hearing and seeing and feeling and all those little five senses, and that's all? No, honey, there's much more. And some of you are opening those abilities inside yourself. It's not like impossible. Doesn't mean if you weren't born with it turned on, or it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Okay, you can realize this. Most likely in your life, you have had some type of weird spiritual or psychic experience. You're like, what? That doesn't compute. You don't know what to do with that. Eventually, you kind of forget it and don't think about it. You don't understand it. Well, how did that even happen? Machiwa. Some of these parts of yourself visit yourselves. You might get a spiritual being, guardian, angel, you want to call it a spirit guide, whatever. Hey, some of those are yourself, your higher self, coming to visit you. Not to scare you. Certainly it realizes you won't understand. Maybe you do. Maybe you would understand. Okay? So, at the same time, if you guys aren't aware of these spiritual worlds, one of the reasons why we talk about them so you can defend against them. You know, it's like if you think about Harry Potter, you know how they stay secret from the people who don't know magic? They stay secret. Why? Why do magical people, extraterrestrials people, psychic people, why do they stay secret? Well, we know what the non-magical folk do. We know that they are have some dangerous beliefs. So we're secret. Okay. You're not an enlightened person. You want to be dark person. Okay. Well, you don't know about us. We're in the shadow. No, we're just not in the what you call? There's sacred and there's profane. We're not putting our energies into the profane. You can behave, think, do whatever you want. Not be responsible for your thoughts and energies. Well, you're a guardian. You're responsible. You know that you're meant to resonate light. That means you take care of your own shadow, your own ego. And then when that's gone or cleansed that, at least a high percentage out, then you're actually treating people nice and loving people naturally, unconditionally. Otherwise, you're serving the demon side, the dark side. Does that make you wrong and evil? Do we point fingers at you? No, Holy One. I love you. And I get all kinds of people talking to me, writing to me. I can't answer you all, obviously. That's why I have these members. Some of you are members. Thank you for that, Holy Ones. Shout out to my members out there. And shout out to Brian. Thank you for that. You would say, sometimes I'll do one-on-one consultation. And thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And some of you have also asked about that. So there is something on my Patreon you can join for that. That's like an offer to you. And that's why I offer extra, because people have asked for it. Okay? I want to help, but I can't help thousands of, on my Instagram, I refresh the inbox. It's every few seconds, you guys. There's some message or like or notification. Every few seconds. So when I tell you I can't answer everyone, it's true. I really can't. It's not possible. But I've set up the membership so I can. If you really need to, well, you're willing to pay at least $5 to be part of this network. And you're also helping Christos Avatar. You're helping me survive, and you're helping this platform get bigger. It will be higher quality. It will grow into that. I believe that. I will do it myself, but with your guys' help, it will be faster, baby. Yeah. What you are. And this is like the Christos family. Okay, you can become a member here. You just push the join button, or you go to Patreon. I put those links. If you really need to speak to me, contact me on Facebook or my Gmail below or my Instagram. Well, that's not a good place because there's so, like I said, every few seconds I can't. No, not my Instagram. So my Instagram is freaking crazy. It's like, isn't it like 30,000 people? Yeah, man, 30,000. And now I just hit 5,000 on YouTube. I must have, and then 5,000 on Facebook, and then on TikTok 27,000. So we're getting this freaking amazing information to many people, and you will see like 30,000 likes, loves, whatever on a video. No joke. I like trip out. It's like so beautiful. I'm so, part of my, as an indigo child, is to help people ascend. That's my main goal. And so we're giving all this knowledge to help you piece it all together, kind of like some master design. So please subscribe, or please go farther than that, join, and then you guys will help grow this community. It's going to be awesome. Ashua. Mokoya. Sorry about that disconnect. It looks like a lot of you came back, so thank you for that. And you guys, yeah, there's going to be negative people leaving negative comments. That's their vibration. That's their thought forms. Okay? But then there's those of you sending love, sending smileys. You're giving people genuine smiles. You're complimenting people, or not necessarily that, but you're just being kind and sweet to people. You're honoring people. You're respectful to people. Okay, that's guardian. That's love and light. That's common sense. But people from religion are angry, and they're telling you to repent, and they're telling you you're a terrible sinner, and that you must do this and you must do that. You know? And then some of you want to get bear hugs and send these beautiful smiles and wow, you know, there's two different types of people. Which one is positive? It's a simple question. Is that positive? You're gonna go to hell. God is going to dismiss you. You're gonna go into some horrible place forever. And you're wow. So this is what the topic is tonight. Angels, guardian alliance, law of one. All are God, all are equal. That's Christos. This is Anti-Christos, against light, against life. What is live, spelled backwards? Live. Yeah, evil, which is the opposite of living. The opposite of life. Evil is the reverse of life. It's a reversal. It's actually against. It's the one that's the aggressor. Lucifer energy, you could say, is the aggressor against the guardians and God. It wants to be God, right? This is, consciousness is pretty accurate. This being, this races of beings, these legions of beings, are your God, have convinced you that they are your God, when what? God is not outside yourself, Holy One. It's these dark energies, these dark books and passages telling you, showing you an angry, wrathful, vengeful, I hate. Literally, this energy says, I hate Israel. I hate this. I will destroy this. I kill this. You must sacrifice. I will sacrifice. Take all of those words. Look at them. Hate. Sacrifice. Shame. repent. Subservience. Women devalue us, harm us, kill us. Unconditional, eternal, divine love. Joy, bliss, kindness, friendliness, light. Certainly not a war god. What? I don't know what's going on. I don't feel good. You don't feel good from that energy. That energy, if you're awake, if you're aware, that energy hurts. That energy is uncomfortable. Oh, I don't want to hang around that energy. And you don't. You are a guardian. You don't allow that. You don't accept that. You're not part of this. We don't judge because we're guardians. We're law of one. We know they judge us. We don't judge them. We are love. That is what is God. God's original intention is unconditional divine love, and all are one with God. All are equal in God. There is no chosen ones, no special ones. You're better than this one. That's the hierarchy. That's the authority system. That's the kachiwa. These are vampires. This is a vampiric energy. You can feel it. You can look, point at it. That's what is a negative vampiric energy. That is a dark energy. That is a shadow consciousness. That is an immature spiritual consciousness. This being is not developed. It's not even loving. Sometimes it's loving, sometimes it's hate. What? No, you realize on a spiritual journey, you're going in one positive, loving direction. You don't just sometimes have hate and anger and revenge. So you are a demon consciousness or angel guardian consciousness. That means law of one, all are equal, all are God. Or demon, no, I am God, and you are this and that, and I will do this and that. I don't know. Thank you. So, recognize what is love and understand what is not. Feel it. Look at the words. Look at the words of that and look at the words of that. Whoa, dude. Yes, you feel it. You see it. You understand it. You are God. You are sovereign. You are free. Say that 3 times every day. A few times a day if you want. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. That is a talisman that becomes an amulet. Understand? It gives you yourself empowered, not disempowered, and you are Aquachia. Understand who you are, or don't. Be a servant. Be subservient to another external being. Don't realize what's inside of you. Don't feel it. Be dead to it. You're separate from it in your mind. You never were, never are, never will be, but you think so. And that you must do something, pay for something, or give something. I just said that. That's what you're doing. Give. Praise, worship, take communion. If you learn something about magic and the occult, you would recognize that as a wow. But that's the it. You don't recognize. You are following an Anunnaki god or a reptilian god, which is provable when you see that it's represented by a serpent, a reptile, which is what we know as an extraterrestrial, a draconian. A reptile, a serpent, a Satan, a serpent, a snake, a Satan, Satan, Anunnaki, Lucifer, Lulitan, Anunnaki. Oh, your precious Sumerian gods there. You're worshiping, looking, reading, we're subservient to, the beings talking about fallen angels. Are the fallen angels writing this book, giving you this as their creed? You are following this dark, false creed, man, with all of this anger and hate and death and sacrifice and subservience and guilt and shame and repent. You feel, or not, I guess not. No, there is beings who are following law of one. There are beings who are loving unconditionally and who are experiencing, going out of their way, using spiritual aikido, so to speak, to protect themselves and have some semblance of peace and love and bliss and no judgment, man. No, man, if you can remove no judgment, don't judge people. You're not judging your children, your parents, your neighbor, some dictator, some fallen angelic. You're not judging nobody. Oh, you reach that plateau of energy and consciousness. Well, you see through a whole new point of view, honey. Amachia, I will strive for light and love and non-judgment. I will not judge you, brother, sister. You come to me. Some of us guardians are supposed to help the Anunnaki and the fallen draconians. We're supposed to help and offer this information in a peaceful, peaceful manner and a loving manner. You're not gonna, we're not sheep. We will protect ourselves. We're guardians. We're supposed to be experts at protecting ourselves. Are you? Love yourself. First of all, love yourself. Love yourself. Don't let someone else not let you experience love. Love yourself. And then love all. Start with yourself, though, because how can you love anything else if you don't love yourself? Okay, you love yourself and recognize yourself as God, sovereign, free. Say it 3 times a day, several times a day. I am God, I am sovereign, I am free. That is your talisman, that is your amulet. Protect yourself. And that's thanks to our sister a lot, Lisa Renee. She inspired us with that one. Thank you, Holy One. Machiwa. Thank you, Holy Ones. Speak your light and speak your truth, baby. And no one has to agree. You don't have to agree or believe anything I say or anything anyone else says. You find your understanding, your realization, your enlightenment, your truth. You will find it, or you will find some illusion. You will find some mystery. It's not supposed to be mystery. You're supposed to know the mystery. See beyond the illusion. See beyond the beyond, what people call spirit, what people call God, or Allah, or whatever, we're all talking about that same part, that same being, that same realization. Maybe not the realization part, but we're talking about something greater than this, but that's a misnomer because you are part of that greater this. You have to identify that with that. You have to focus on that. You are that. Be that. Be that in your relationships, in your conversations, in your neighbors, in the world. Be a loving representative of light. You're a light worker? Well, come on, shine your light, Holy One. Don't be shy about it. Don't be nervous about it. You are light or not? Are you just a shining light? Okay, radiate it. What does light do? It shines, so it exposes darkness. It will talk about darkness, not the love, light, and clueless movement that says, no, don't talk about nothing negative. Guess who made up that one? The demon side, the dark fallen side, the fallen angelic. Okay? This is of course. Don't talk about nothing negative. Don't talk about us, in other words. You can't. You're not allowed to talk about us. We enlighten, because we shine. We shine. Do you shine, guardian? Oh, you're guardian. You're spiritual, but not talking, acting spiritual. Are you guardian? Are you talking, acting guardian? Hello, law of one. Oh, some of you ask, how is Inky good or bad? A law of one, his ass. In other words, check a person, a god, a group, Anything with the law of one. Is this person acting, speaking, behaving like the law of one? Oh no, okay, now you know. No, it's not. It's hierarchy, it's control, it's a God saying, do this and do that. Oh. Okay, we know which side that is. Okay, because we law of one is ass. Her ass, its ass, their ass. Excuse me, guys. You know, you check it by the law of one, which is not a person or a group of Earth. It's universal. That's what all advanced races are following. It's not even a choice. It's just that's the way it is. It's the everything is God, but this is a distortion. All the way up to 11th dimension, they believe in this distortion. Out of all these dimensions, 11 of them are dark. They will go to this, you would say, opposite extreme. They represent the opposite extreme. They feed off of their opposite extreme. In other words, you, guardian, they expect attacks as light. Not the love light inclusive. You want to protect yourself, man, and your loved ones. Know how to. Because you better believe when things get worse, that means the spiritual war is getting darker. So know how to, know what to do, how to protect yourself. Makaya. That is part of the light too. Knowing defense against the dark arts, baby. Some stuff is pretty, simple. There's some serious things that the dark does not want to be around. Like real frankincense resin. If you had that burning around you, buddy, you got some spirit problems. Light some freaking not stick incense. Let me repeat myself. Not stick incense. It's no longer a real frankincense. It's a distortion, fake fragrance of frankincense. You don't want chemical fragrance. You want the real deal. You want to deal with spirits. Don't put their food. Their food is poison, cancer, sickness, because that's what smelling that shit will give you. Okay, so you want actual resin. Oh yeah, baby. So burn the actual frankincense, and wow, they don't like that. Flea, raid, cockroach, frankincense, demon, bad dark shadows, light it up, fumigate, chihuahua. And also it doesn't help or hurt to, keep on connecting to your higher aspects. You can say your soul over soul avatar, but why go to the lower ones? Go to the higher one. Your higher self is your avatar or rishi, at least avatar or rishi. This is pale silver, this is pale turquoise, pale gold, yellow, pale magenta. Those are your higher selves that you can connect to that are not distorted. So if you put intention to your avatar, which is 6 inches below your feet, the color of liquid mercury, or in the middle of the earth, that's pale turquoise, that's the 13th star, and then 3 feet above your head is your pale yellow chakra, the 14th chakra, the 14th dimension, and finally, way below the earth, past the earth, beyond in the universe, you will just imagine it being your 15th chakra, which is the violet flame, which is pale turquoise, or let me correct myself, pale magenta. So if you can, those 4 are your higher selves that are good. There is no distortion, There's no chance of distortion. That's really what I meant. There's no chance of distortion from pale silver, pale turquoise, pale yellow, pale magenta. And remember the locations. You have to be able to visualize the locations. Third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, genitals, butthole, sorry. It's like the lower energies, this lower consciousness. It is about the butt and the genitals and those levels. It's pretty sad. That's where a lot of consciousness is. People thinking this way. We don't. We don't like to. We're not. Even if we have people around us doing it, we're like, you know, we knew this before we came, that we're going to be dealing with this type of consciousness. Root consciousness and sacral consciousness. We're dealing with it. That's most of the earth. They're trying to control you with these lower desires. They are controlling you through these centers. You are having problems and distortions in these centers. We're not even talking about the mind yet, and the psychology issues, and the depression issues, and all kinds of what. That's down here, and down here. They want to keep you down there. They want to put you on Ritalin, get you down there, and get you spaced out or something. They don't want you empowered, like lit up. They don't want this opened. No, the demon wants you shut, closed. The fallen angels want you disempowered. They want you calcified up. They want you blocked up. They want you fragmented, distorted, cancer-ridden. They want you dying. This is what you're, vibrating. This is what the 7.7 billion people are vibrating at. Do you see an unconscious rising? Do you see this brilliance shining and going across billions of people or millions? No. Look, do you see? We're a minority, holy ones. But we're trying to reach as many people as we can. I want to reach by myself 1 million people. Wow. It's a lot, David. Are you sure it's possible? Yeah, I know it's possible. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I just turned 5,000 on YouTube, and the metrics are showing that that's increasing. So at least I'm gonna at least do 1,000 a month now. But you will know that as it gets higher, it will actually go faster more. So. I mean, it's not just trying to get the most people, but that's a goal, is to reach a good chunk of change. And some of you teachers out there, speakers, blue flame speakers out there, representing the Emerald Covenant information, the innerchristos information. This is spiritual awakening ascension information. Okay, all right. So we're bringing that in. This is Guardian, this is Emerald Covenant, this is Blue Flame. We're the Guardians, the Indigos coming in. Okay, we're the Lyrans, actually technically Lyran Syrians now coming in. So we're supposed to be not saviors, we're supposed to be helping people to teach themselves. I mean, teaching people to enable them to heal themselves. They will take over now. Thank you, teacher. Now they move on. The guardians are not saviors, but we give the planet the offer, the information. The energy consciousness is here. You are guardian awakening. Well, you're part of this. Literally, you're part of the field awakening. There's some sleeping indigos, yeah. Some of us were those sleeping indigos awakening, have awakened. Like some of you, the past few years have probably been crazy. Because we're in this actual literal event called the stargates of the planet, which are the chakras of the planet, have been opened. Imagine you opening. You would be like superhuman powers if you were opening. It's goes through a cleansing process, or it goes through a cycle of, cleanse, wash away, cataclysm. Maybe it's an ending. It has to end. It will end and recycle and start with what? New life. Something recycles, it starts over. So new history of humans will happen. Did you know that there's been already a few recycled eras? That's part of your ancient history. That, you, of course, humans don't say you're only like 6,000 years old, maybe. Well, of course, other people say more, but for the most part, people on the planet think you're only a few thousand years old. You know, because you know that's a definite distortion. Because you know you accepted dinosaurs, but whoa, that's a total distortion, contradiction. How can the dinosaurs be millions of years, but you're only around for 10, 5, 6? The God created the world 6,000 years ago. You know, that's what they're saying. You got bishops saying that. Oh, the Bible says it's only 6,000 years old. BS. Look at that fossil, dude. Look at that bone from that creature. Wow. There's no mention of that. How could this information not mention dinosaurs? Well, because it was made a few thousand years ago. Well, actually, 325 AD. Yeah, look it up. Just look up that. Go 325 AD and see where that takes you. That's a very important year for your religion. Yeah. Something very important happened in the 325 AD. Look it up. Google. Siri. What's the other chick's name? Some of you say Google or Siri or whatever that other ones. These AI, do you know who they really are? Anyways, yeah, they're listening to you, they're recording you, they're seeing you, watching you. Yeah, you like that smart refrigerator, that smart, that microphone, those cameras out there everywhere, and satellites. Oh, it's flat Earth. There's no satellites. There's something, but it's not an around Earth. But anyways, you have no idea. That Will Smith movie was a long time ago, and they showed you all that stuff, but it was a movie, Davey, and it's not real. This movie Stargate, that was Disclosure. It was just a movie. There's no aliens. What are you talking about the pyramid for? The movie has pyramid and aliens and other worlds and beings from spaceships. What? They're controlling you and stuff. Wow. They live? What's that about? They live. Who lives? They live. Well, who's they? Those aliens are alive. Look, let me show you. No, get that. I don't. We're trying to show you. You don't have to see if you don't want to. You don't want to see that angels, well, they're beings from other worlds. Well, isn't that what an alien is? They're from another world? Yeah. Well, not just another world, another reality level. There's levels of reality. And that means there's beings in higher levels of reality, which is related to consciousness and spirit and body form. Because they all three evolve, your body, your spirit, your consciousness, mind, whatever. It changes to a new level, a new plateau. You ascend, that's an incredible thing. Just like the caterpillar changed into some flying creature, well, you're going to change from an ascension, literally, into a higher body, consciousness, and mind. We say psychic. You will be psychic. The human race will be psychic. Not just certain individuals, like down here. Down here, you just have a few individuals who are the starseeds, the indigo children, the light workers, the empaths. We're the psychic ones. We're the guardian ones. Some of you are Illuminati ones. I'm not supposed to say that word, sorry. The illuminated ones. I mean, you take the flashlight and you illuminate those people over there. See, light, the flashlight. What does the flashlight do? It shines. You're guardian, you shine. You're not the demon, you're the angel. Angel, good angel. There's fallen angels because they were good but fell. Remember? That's why they're called still angels but fallen ones. Some of you are falling because you have hate and anger and wrath, and you just are just like your God. So now you're falling consciousness. You're a fallen angel. You're following that hateful, angry Lucifer creeds, what we call the Luciferian covenant. Okay, they're proud of it. We're not calling them Luciferian. They call themselves Luciferian. Okay, so this is a covenant of ETs, not the little people in human, Draco, human Anunnaki, illuminated ones. No, we're talking about the ones pulling the puppet strings. You know, it wasn't the Roswell. It was them coming and visiting your government and talking to them and saying, "What's up?" So now you got this Philadelphia thing, some type of experiment there. Wow, check out that one. Oh, something in Montauk. That's an actual city name, right? That's an actual Philadelphia and the Phoenix Lights. Wow, what's that? It's another event. Did you know there was UFOs around the White House? But we don't talk about that political stuff, but they're not political stuff. They're actual sightings. There's actual UFOs. There's actual aliens. Demons, dark ones, ETs that are naughty and very wicked. You don't want to call them wicked, evil? Okay. But they're the fallen angels. We call them fallen angels. These are ETs with dark, malevolent. You can understand that word, right? At least you can agree it's at least malevolent and dark. You know, to torture beings and to, that's a big one. Or to scare them, scare these beings. You know, those are bad things. It's like someone who takes a magnifying glass and gets joy out of burning insects and ants, or gets burning an animal, God forbid, goodness forbid. You know, I mean, that's horrible. That's the consciousness of this demon, dark being. Not law of one, not unconditional love. Definitely, you see what it is. This is what it's doing. This is what it's thinking. It's in our world. And we are guardians, and we are guarding and bringing this knowledge. Hopefully you will ascend. Hopefully many people will ascend. If I reach 1 million, you reach 1 million, millions of people will ascend. Some of us have already reached, some of you out there have already reached millions. We're not done. Our spirit is still here. Love is still here. God's everywhere. Love is still here. The guardians are still here. So, would they go into the Phantom Matrix? I'm not sure about that one. But Earth hasn't fallen into there yet, but it has in some timelines, right? So you realize time and space is an illusion. Wow. It's been a strong one. It always disappoints me when it cuts me off and I have to start a part 2 because it gets confusing. Why is these both the same name? Emilio! Scabby? Bright Flame. We got Scabby and Emilio in the house. We got Candace Wood. What's going on, Holy One? We have, wow, I've missed your conversation. We have Fletcher. We have the Draco Starseed in the house. Nibiru Vato. Alexa, thank you, Nikki. You're right, Alexa. I don't have these creatures around me. I don't have them. Apachua. Earth Angel Healing with Trinity Blaze. Yeah, Lotus Pray. Dang, what's up, Soul Family? All right, I like your spirit. Emilio Sedeno. Pamela Arlen says on her channeling Jesus videos. I didn't get the whole conversation, sorry. Yeah, we talk about Archangel Michael as being a dark being, so you can see the polarity there. This is actually the Anunnaki who are actually representing the Galactic Federation. You know, we talk about the New Age movement as being an act by these Anunnaki. So these beings are trying to say that, like, for example, they're good. You're learning that they're good from Zachariah Ascension, or that Inky's good, or Enlil's good, whichever. Hello. We're saying that they're actually dark. These beings are dark, man. Inky is a serpent insectoid reptilian. That's a hybrid Anunnaki mixed with the Draco. We have a being that is the Zeta Grays. So the Thoth is part of this group. The serpent insectoid reptilian group. This is what Thoth is. Oh, he can appear in whatever form he wants, but that's his DNA. Okay, so this is what Inky is, which is part of the Luciferian covenant. These separate, different Anunnaki races, hybrids, are part of the Luciferian covenant, including these Luciferian Pleiadian Samiasi, like the ones who visited Billy Myers. These are actually dark beings. But Pleiadians have become famous because of these blondes. But they're the dark ones, understand. These are from Nibiru. These are beings always coming in space brotherhood. You know, peace. When that's their, you know, like Michael, Archangel Michael is their, like, poster boy, you know. But it's first of all, it's not an individual. Like Thoth is an individual. Archangel Michael is not. This is a collective, a race. The Jehovian race, who also created Yahweh and Jehovah God, Father God. Okay, so we have this distortions. So we're saying Archangel Michael is good when he's not. They're saying this good God, Hebrew God, Christian God. Well, where is on the, you know, you won't see a guardian killing anything, wanting to kill anything, much less sacrificing a living being or even animal or anything like this, much less saying you hate someone or you know, this is not the code of a loving being. You are meant to speak this way. It's not a dogma or a religion. It's simply realizing this is what guardian angelic beings do. Why would any being come to a lower dangerous dimension, right? They came here. They made contracts and incarnated here. They agreed to come to this dangerous consciousness. Why would they? Because of love, man. It is unconditional love. The danger is they could be sleeping indigos. That means they could get caught up in the drama just like the Earthseeds. So this angelic being, which is literally an Orapheme angel, that's what humans, indigos, that's where humans come from, but we're also the blue humans. That's what indigos are. We're the blue humans. We're the Maharaji. Okay? The Azarites created us, which is the blue angels. So that is the human lineage. Blue angel Azarites create an lower strand Orapheme angel. Lower as in being like 24 strand. So a 48 strand Azarite creates a 24 strand Orapheme Maharaji. Orapheme Maharaji. The Maharaji creates an ordinary smaller strand Orapheme, and it's the Orapheme that created the human Ternesium. It's 12 strand. So that Orapheme is a double diamond sun DNA, 24 strand. The human is a 12 strand Christed, 12 strand diamond sun DNA, 12 strand. See, that's cool and big, but not really. There's double that, triple that, quadruple that beings out there. But we're not trying to compare or say, we're just trying to it's part of knowing your identity and what you're trying to strive for. We're trying to bring all of that back to our consciousness, to our memory, to our resonance here, our vibration here. You keep raising your vibration, honey, you're going to have an effect on the world, on other people's consciousness. That's what spiritual people want to do. It's not about ego. It's not about money. It's not, you know, we have to survive in this 3D world, but we're trying to be, you know, reaching people with as much possible, you know, because we know this is, a dire situation. And I know people don't want to hear bad news, but it's important to know it exists. So first of all, you can avoid a lot of this drama by simply knowing this does exist, and you know, you can live your life more, you know, you have inside knowledge, you could say, because most people don't follow this type of stuff. But the Christos information is alive and well. The Guardian's information is still active, right? 2022. There's a few of us speaking it, and you guys are studying it too. You guys are becoming experts, probably even better than us. We spend all our time speaking what we know, but you're going to learn, go past us. So we're a doorway to that. We would like to be part of that, and now you're part of that. Thank you for being part of that. Machiwa. Okamaya. So we talked about the angels and the demons and the Lucifer and God and aliens. And remember, there's a part 1 if you missed it because we got cut off. That usually happens at least once during the transmission, and there's some internet issue, but it comes back like this. But we talked about a lot of that too, but we're just trying to let you guys know that we have other videos that talk even more in detail about the alien part and how these beings that you call angels and demons are actually alien races. But you have to realize you can't really understand what that means unless you understand dimensions. When you realize there's many dimensions, not just 3D, not just heaven, 4D, but there's a 5D, 6D, 7th dimension, 8th dimension, 9, that's what D is, 9th dimension, 10, 11D, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's many levels of heaven, many levels of conscious beings, and they're from, since they're other dimensions, it's multi-dimensional, because you're made of more than one. If you're here on Earth, you're made of 3 races, at least. No, humans have 2 in strand 1, so that's the Hyperborneans and Polarians in your root chakra, your red chakra. In the lifetime of your 2nd chakra, that's the 3rd race, that's the Lemurians. And then the Atlanteans are this mind, the ego. That's the time period of the Atlanteans. We're supposed to be working up here, but most humans are still down here in the mind. They haven't reached a 4th activation, a 5th activation, a 3rd eye, which is the 6th activation, and the crown, the 7th. You want to learn the Christos system, you're going to learn 15 chakras. Number 8, right here, the thymus. Okay? Here's the heart. And if you can't feel it, try to use your palm chakra to feel it. You'll feel that cone of energy. So it's around here, but the thymus is up here, which is below your throat chakra. It's between these 2 chakras right here. This is your 8th chakra, which is connected to the galactic core, metagalactic core it's called, which is the big drama with the Mintaka Stargates complex. So we have this, and we have 9th chakra, and this is at an angle, a diagonal. This one's at a diagonal too, the 9th one, this is gold. Imagine pure gold, and right here, it's also the thyroid, but it's mostly the thymus, but also the thyroid. This is the throat, spiritual truth and wisdom, and now you move into seeing, clairvoyance. If you're not seeing stuff, you're not opening this eye yet. Once you start seeing stuff, if you're very good at visualization or lucid dreaming or imagination, you're activating this vision, this psychic center. It's called clairvoyance. You see something related to seeing. You see some energy communicating to you. You see what they look like. Man, okay, that's this. That's proof. That's a sign that it is opening. Now, realize chakras being opened or closed. Well, there's sizes. How opened? It doesn't just automatically, just remember that in the back of your head. It doesn't mean it's completely opened. That indicates advancement. That's usually done, normally done, naturally done over lifetime of lifetime of lifetime. But we're cutting to the chase in the ascension cycle. In the ascension cycle, now your soul is focusing on getting out of here. Now it's in time to think about ascension, not reincarnating over and over and over. You'll learn that in the New Age movement. You don't want to reincarnate, Holy One. What I'm saying is, it's time to go to the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, or beyond. This depends on your activation. You will eventually leave this earth drama, it's actually down here, and go into Tara, the future ascended version of Earth. Okay? You're going to get to a point where you'll be more protected from these fallen angelic beings, these demons, races, consciousness. It's a type of consciousness. Now, we talked about the Lucifer already. We have as being Lulitan, or family of Anunnaki. It's actually the Thoth Inki Anunnaki. And then there's a Draconian hybrid Anunnaki with the Omicron, the Marduk, which is part of the Omicron. So that's a Draconian. Omicron, Draconian, mixed with the Anunnaki, create a Marduk. So we have the same thing going on with the being that create a reptilian that connects with the Anunnaki. They create another race called the Enlil. So these are all competing Anunnaki hybrids. And these beings say they're your God. And some of you worship one of these gods, believe in one of these gods as being good, a just God, when you still don't know law of one and don't know about judging people and not doing this and doing that. You're still living, oh, that's God. Yeah, that's God. Angry, war. So you're into that. And so that's why you believe that that's your. I've had people write me that in my video. You're talking about my God who created my people. Literally, that's what he believes, and you do believe that. We don't judge you. Much respect to you. Much success in your beliefs. But we tell you from the guardian point of view. You know, and some people don't like that very much. I mean, we're just reflecting what you do. We're just shining light on some darkness. Look, you guys, look, that's dark. Do you want to follow that? Do you like vibing at that? Or let me ask you this, do you like having sickness in your life? Or seeing family members with it? Or seeing family with cancer? Or someone you care about dies from a disease? That hurts, that's painful. But that's not natural, it's not supposed to happen. There once was a time, when the guardians were able to heal themselves, where they evolved enough in their DNA, they don't die anymore. You're actually connected to life force energy that perpetuates you forever. Like how we're just barely learning how to get pieces of life force energy called prana in some cultures. The prana life force, you're trying to get it through meditation. It takes a long time to do breath work. You can spend 30 minutes bringing in prana, bringing in just a little bit of these currents. See, they just have some generic idea of prana. We're talking about, okay, there's fourth dimensional current you can play with. There's fifth dimensional current that you can do things with. There's sixth dimensional current doing different things. These are doing different things. It's not just about prana, honey. You can stay at that understanding, but start running these different currents through your body. How about that? 15 of them. And they all have triads and you would say combinations that you run together with the Maharata Ray color. It's powerful technology, man, and it's part of ascension. That's what we teach here. Even though today's about demons and angels, well, this is all helping with ascension, helping with your identity. You know now what is God and what isn't, and you know what are angels and what isn't, and what is demons and what's not, why those are distortions, and hey, here's the explanation, you can vibrate at that. Some of you do, right? Makaya. Well, when 30,000 people like one of my videos telling you that angels are really ETs, man, that's my most popular video. Because that's people saying, hey, I resonate with that, thank you. I see many of you saying that. But this is the Guardian's message. This is for you, for those listening. If you're hearing this message, you're part of the resistance. I love you unconditionally, man. I prefer you to send love too, but some of you will send hate. Makaya. I will try to surround myself around people who don't hate, people who are loving and actually respectful and honoring you. And then you see a true beautiful smile. Even if they have yellow teeth, they can have a beautiful smile. You can feel it. And that's what I want to be around. Some of you who are beautiful, brilliant, light people, not distorted, not perverted, not dark, not into some of this and some of that. Man, I just want some pure minds around me. I want some high vibe, loving people. Not fake people, not people with an agenda, not trying to get something. No, genuine, loving, giving, supporting. Like you're just like, you can't help but to be in a good mood. You can't help to smile. You know, you return that back to someone. When you say namaste, you really mean it. Namaste, I see God in you, the divine in you. I recognize you as a reflection of me. I am God, you are God. I'm, you know, that's the vibe. That's would be kind of like the ultimate goal, to live in a society like that. If we have to go make it somewhere private, somewhere, make a society so we can be like this with each other, that we can live piece of life around this type of like-minded people, right? And then maybe some of the outsiders will want to join. Come in, brother, sister, you're welcome into these gardens, you know, gardens of not just botanicals, but of spirit and wisdom. We'll make these societies not to be segmented. No, we're going to constantly be saying, hey, be part of this until it's a big majority. You know, the consciousness evolves in this. If you become guardians in law of one, you will naturally evolve, first of all, you will develop all of these technologies. You're not going to have dark illuminated ones manipulating technologies and freedom. It's going to be, whoa, a huge, total, like, damn opposite of suffering and disease and death and negativity and shadows. And you'll be having some, like, first of all, you'll be suddenly thrown into the galactic scene. It won't be no longer something special about aliens and UFOs. Honey, you're going to be Star Trek. You're going to be Star Wars. You're going to be in society of alien life. You will be an alien yourself. You are an alien. You're made of many different aliens. Specifically, 7 different races from Earth. And 5 more races, that makes 12, of star seeds, alien races. Human is an alien hybrid human. We're all hybrids down here. But there's human hybrids, but there's Anunnaki hybrids, Draconian hybrids, and whatever hybrids. But we're concerned with our people evolving, and because you're not just part of of the earth. You're not just part of the, like the world, all people, the collective. Well, that collective the human race is a race. So we have something called the tribal shield. We have a tribal DNA. We have and inside that cloud of human spirits is you're part of this human DNA. Then you have your own morphogenetic field in your DNA, and then you have, you're made of parts. Even from biology, we have trillions of little cells that make up this. This is all alive, man. This is living. It's called an organism, or it's alive. I mean, organic life is alive. It's actually all alive, but at least you mostly agree that organic life is alive. Well, what are these little tiny things doing? Are they thinking and dreaming, and are they aware of me? How can you be so small and know of me? How can you be so small and be aware of your avatar, your rishi, an ascended master, or God, all encompassing, that alpha, knowing it all? Machiwa Kaya. There's some bad news out there, right? Look at the name of the video, but you guys, you can create your own happiness. You can learn how to heal. It's gonna take some studying. You're gonna learn to actually do stuff. It's gonna be undeniable, not hope, not some faith, a knowing. Doesn't that even sound like BS to you? Oh, there's no proof. You have to have faith. We're not trying to make fun of your belief, but realize your freedom, your sovereignty as a divine being. This is trying to tell you something you're not. We're just letting you notice that. You are sacred. Why do you think I say holy ones all the time? Because you are. And certainly people in the 3D, in the solar plexus of humanity, we don't always behave angelic. No, we're distorted and broken down here. We're suffering and have diseases and cancers down here. There's some problems, serious problems. Okay, so we're at a very dangerous stage of humanity. And it looks like it might get darker. Wow, what's over there? So, get your spiritual affairs in order. Learn to meditate. Learn how to control monkey mind. Become aware. What does that mean? Become aware. Imagine if you had complete stillness with your eyes wide open and your eyes didn't have to close. Let's say they didn't get tired and you didn't have to blink for a moment. Let's say you could just keep them open. Let's just say, okay, you're staring in stillness with eyes wide open. Not speaking. You'll stop speaking when you do this. You won't speak anymore. You're going to just simply do what? Think. First of all, it's going to be like chaotic, but you're just sitting here in total stillness. You have nothing to do except think now. But it's focused thinking. You are focused. Your mind, your consciousness, your awareness is now. It's in the now. Know what it feels like to be in the now, angel. You're in the now, you will see. You will start to have vision and see greater levels of oneself, of the world, of the race, the collective, of other beings around you, other energies in your fields, trying to get in your fields. Okay? It's a development, it's a process. You won't have to keep your eyes open, but that's just trying to show you something. You know, it's a focus. It's not oh, think nothing and you can do that. But not only. It's actually, consciousness is actually still and in control and seeing and knowing and feeling. You are now this giant channel of understanding. When you get to this state of stillness and taking, you would say, control of your own consciousness. When most people are stuck in devices and music and looking and watching something, speaking and talking and never stop. You're gonna stop talking, you don't still. Just breathe slower, like literally. Can you breathe slowly? And think about this. Exhale twice as long, or longer if you can. Exhale twice as long as you inhale. So if you go like this, inhale, well, do it twice as long to exhale it. Open mouth, closed mouth, at least have one open, like you would say most people doing simple exercises would do, like closed mouth inhale. So through your nose and out through a pursed lips. Why pursed? So it comes out slower, but I don't have to do that to go slower. I just let it come out slowly and naturally, And you want to do this, learn, even if you have to Google it, diaphragm breathing. You don't want your chest to come out, you want your stomach to come out. So learn to inhale with your stomach coming out. Like, you get to a practice point where it's just normal. You don't think about it, you just do it now. You want to do diaphragm breathing when you do breathing. Not from your... If you're doing this with your chest coming out, well, you're doing it the wrong way. You want to do your belly. It feels weird at first. It doesn't seem natural at first, but that's the problem. You want to do it from the diaphragm. And you want to exhale twice as long as you inhale. But you're going to do other advanced stuff where you're actually holding breath and doing specific, they call energy locks, mudra, and you use mudra if you want. These are energy too. There's a lot of false information, but we're going to be talking and empowering you, not disempowering you. I mean, we're showing stuff like even Reiki having some distortion, limitation. It could definitely be improved. Okay, so not to mention one of the most dangerous ones is like a false, of a reverse Merkaba techniques. A lot of people following stuff like the Galactic Federation, Archangel Michael. They think Inky's their god, or even Marduk or Enlil, or these are the freaking false ascension teachings. From Anti-Christos point of view, they will have Anti-Christos teaching. I went to a Flower of Life workshop, Drumvelo's workshop, and what is this workshop about? Oh, they're teaching me that this Earth is the center of the universe. Okay, that's what they taught in that Flower of Life workshop. And everything is evolving around Earth. So, wow. Okay. Because you guys have heard me talk about Drumvelo, and also from Ashiana's point of view, and the Guardian. It's a Guardian point of view. Okay, so anyways, you'll learn why in advanced mechanics that this is a reverse system. And the I don't know if it's the speakers representing the Flower of Life, but they're talking about this stuff, man. People don't know better. They just learn this stuff and think it's good, but you look at the way they speak and how they act and treat people, man. Oh, there you go. You want to follow that system? You want to follow someone praising Lucifer, praising a dark system, saying that dark system is good. Making TV shows saying Lucifer is really a good guy. Telling you Lucifer is good. Anunnaki are good. Inky is good. Enlil, Marduk are good. No, they're not. Archangel Michael is ruled by this Jehovian Yahweh, man, this Anu Elohim. Okay, so you see how they talk? Oh, much you, my camera. That's my battery. Let me, since this happens, I'll throw up my diagram real quick. Well, did I open this shit? Yeah. Oh, those lovely, Marduk and Inky you guys say are good? Let me turn on my camera. It takes only a few more seconds. Okay. Give me a second here. Alright, sorry guys. I just want to read a few more people. This is Emilio Sedeno. Yeah, I had to put that up real quick. Yeah, the Anu Elohim came first. They're actually the forefathers of the... They're the ones that seeded the Anunnaki. They actually created the Anunnaki to counter... Excuse me. To counter the fallen angels. The Guardians created the Indigo Children. So, the Anunnaki were created to combat the Indigo Children. Understand? And when I get to the history eventually, sorry it's taking so long. When I get to the forbidden history, you're going to learn how they have done this every single... Well, you're going to learn every single time they have beat the Indigo Children and have changed the religions. Not just recently, man, but throughout history. And different races, like the Egyptians, they did it to the Egyptians and distorted their religions. Like Isis, Horus, Osiris, Hathor, Anubis. These gods were actually originally guardian, law of one, spiritual beliefs, okay, systems. But in the Egyptian period, the Anunnakis, you have to realize the ancient Egyptian period was a part of Atlantis. So the Atlantean, they actually did it to the Indigos that were in Atlantis, the Indigos that were in Jesus' time, the Essenes were Indigo children, the Essenes. There was the Cathari in France who were Indigo children. They were destroyed. They were all murdered. There's been other Indigos, they just wiped us out. And they always go after the religions, the law of one religions, and they have corrupted them. And the Celtics, and the Druids, and the Hindus, and the Hebrews, and the Christian, and all of these, man. Okay, this is what the Christos explains. And it's dark systems. Most of the systems are against women. They put women down here. There's some major red flags. This is not about hate and pointing fingers, you guys. We're law of one. We're offering what the guardian angelic nations are part of what all beings of love are part of. It's a universal law of one. You know, you feel it. You feel it. Or not. If you think women should be pushed around and bossed, you should control them. If you think that you're the king of the castle, if you think that there should be leadership in the church, that there should be hierarchy, there needs to be positions of power, of government, of authority. Believe in these systems. This is what you think is what normal. That's the way I want to be in. Okay, this is a society that is falling apart. The Roman Empire, the America, the some order. We don't want to talk political, but realize the spiritual war. It goes into that field, those fields. I have to be careful with what I say. I stick to the spiritual stuff. They don't really care much about certain stuff. You start talking about the illuminated ones, they don't like that. So, but you know, they don't even like you talking about Anunnaki. Notice Wikipedia notices on all the time I talk about Anunnaki. Inky Anunnaki, Jehovian Anunnaki. Those are the real Anunnaki actually. The Inky is only a hybrid with a gray alien, Zeta. So Thoth is part Zeta, gray alien. Because he's a hybrid. But he's also immortal, so and you're not, so someday you will be. Well, part of you already is immortal. We're just in some fallen, forgotten place, some distorted place, some dangerous consciousness place. Some pretty, gosh. We're light. We're not going to stop being light. We're meant to keep shining, exposing, smart, peacefully. We know the dangers of this world, so you always have to be this, you would say, representative. How would a guardian act? How would a real angel who's following the law of one be? It's not about religion or dogma or sin or guilt. It's about your vibration, your consciousness, and going towards the vibration of this law of one. Man, that's why it's called sacred. This is sacred. If you are living a life of law of one, it is sacred. You are bringing in 12th dimensional consciousness, because darkness goes all the way up to 11D. As soon as you hit that 12D, baby, that 12D, even a spark of realization of your Christos self, a spark of your Christ consciousness, we're trying to bring that flame, that fire into us, that spirit, that level of understanding and knowing. And we're doing it together as a group. You, me, brother, sister, we're like doing this as a group. Literally, we're reincarnating as a group, and it's done progressively since, according to Ashana Dean, Iyasha Ashana, according to her, this is coming since 1750. Since 1750, the indigos have been coming in, but in spurts, not all like continuously, like periods. Like now is one of those periods of indigos coming in. So 2022 is a very interesting year, by the way. We're kind of like in between some events. So we're just like going through some political dramas in the world, but it's a spiritual war. Just realize that. And whenever, if ever, you start seeing stuff about aliens, if you see it all coming out from the government, because that's what you guys, believe in and follow. So if they start talking about aliens, well, almost guaranteed they're not the good ones. Almost guaranteed, not completely. They're the pretty blondes, probably most likely blondes. Okay, oh, you remember us from Billy Myers. You'll probably see famous names like Moses or Abraham. You'll see these Bible people come back. What? Isn't that what the Bible said in Revelation? Do you know who wrote Revelation? What do you mean? It was John. No, I mean, do you know who wrote it? Well, the Guardians talk about Revelations too, but from a different understanding. That's part of the, you would say, history, because it was done in our past, but actually our ancient past, 25,000 years ago, where they distorted the fields of Earth. So our planet has been sick. Earth has been ill for a long time. So this is affects all life on Earth, and getting only 1/3 of your DNA is pretty effed up. Not to mention our consciousness is being attacked from multiple things. It's hard, right? Being successfully as a spiritual being is hard. But we just have to be like super indigos. We have to be super starseeds, vatos. We just have to be full of joy and happiness and dismissing darkness that tries to come your way. You have to get good at it. You don't have to call yourself a warrior, but you're kind of like one. If you're a guardian, you're going to deal with protecting yourself and loved ones. Your kids can't protect yourself, maybe. So you would learn how to protect yourself against spirits and dark magicians and dark avatars. You'll start seeing, get this, if you start seeing flashes of a reptilian, realize this being is human but part reptilian. You see some other being, well, that being's part that being, another alien. This is real on Earth, man. But it's like invisible takeover in our DNA. When we're not all human completely, we're mixed, and at the same time there's all this spiritual beliefs from different alien races, like the Anunnaki history. We're getting that. We're getting dragon, like dragon, reptiles. They're dragons. They're reptilians. Dragons, serpents, lizards, snakes. They are reptiles. Reptilians. Races. Gold flame. Seraphim races. Makaya. Being represented on Earth. I don't just mean animal plant kingdoms. I'm talking about aliens, part reptiles, okay, part human, but part Anunnaki and part human too. So those have souls, and they're not all human souls. So while you're coming into a human body hybrid, now you're able to have two memories. And some of those memories are of Nibiru. Some of these dragons, well, it's about swords and shields. That's a reptile Draco thing. It didn't just happen on our medieval ages. This is coming from their culture, the reptilian culture. Introduction of swords in this knights and Templars. See, that's political again. I don't want to go into those family trees. But it's there in King Arthur even. Dragons. You have Merlin. I thought Merlin was good. Dude. When I was in the beginning of my spiritual journey, right? In the beginning, I was into Thoth. I was into Merlin. I was into all kinds of famous beings, but I found Law of One. I started to understand what Anunnaki are, what reptilians are, what is a false creed, what is really darkness, what is really God. I start to dismiss those old beliefs. We want to know truth. We go through a truth stage. We want to know truth. We seek it. We want it. We need it. We're indigos, starseeds. We know there's a lot of BS. So we're driven to find truth. Every time we have some information come in, we have to filter that out and shift through some BS, man. I see you guys coming to me because you found people who you thought were good teachers, but they're teaching you bad shit. They have dark concepts. You're starting to see and notice those things that are trying to fool you. Excuse me. Anything that disempowers you and teaches you to serve some other being when the law of one says, no, you're all one, you're all equal, you don't serve anything. But these beings have duped billions of people. Now they're all serving some alien Anunnaki or dragon god. The Mayan Quetzalcoatl god, or part bird, gold, fallen seraphim god, is an Inky. That's Inky, buddy. All these little gods are dark, freaking fallen angels. Tonight's topic: demons, dark energies, violent energies, cutting off heads. Oh, that's cool. In Aztec days, they have some barbaric things, just like the Jehovah God, right? Slaughter total races, all men, women, children, animals. And we got those gods sacrificing people in public. Hanging people. Oh, the kings are so nice. No, they're not. Authority figures, hierarchy figures, they're all brutal. They're all dark. They're all about death and control and dominion and being higher and better and shumakaya. You're giving them taxes. You're giving them amachiwa. Congresses, entitlements. You're making them freaking super wealthy. Now they're getting all of that power. They're getting all of that technology. They're getting all of that. What you are. So this is what we were born into. Fun, yeah. We are light. Nothing changes that. Shine your light. Amakaya. Enlighten yourself. Learn spiritual knowledge that empowers you, not disempowers you. Because you can notice the information that does that, I hope. When something says, give your power away, well, the guardians say, hey, you talk about narcissists and toxic people but you have relationships with them. You're in one now, maybe. Why? Go. Bye. You pay the bills, but I ain't hanging around your vampiric ass anymore. I'm moving on. I'm God sovereign free. I dismiss this wickedness. Make sure you're safe, though. Yeah. Because, those beings can be violent and stuff. So you have to be smart, guardian. Sorry. You have to be, smart and defensive, because those are very aggressive beings in consciousness. You've been living under fear and controlled by this person for how long? It's time to move on. Keep yourself safe. Maybe some kids are involved. Get them safe. Dismiss. Make some big changes. What do you think a spiritual path does to you? You're kind of forced into big changes. That's a good thing, to change that old relationships, those old patterns. Start loving yourself. Stop living your life for someone else. Okay, now you know what is a demon, I hope, and you know what is a good angel. This creed and that creed. Stop being around people in those creeds. Stop having conversations in those ways. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm saying, advising, hey, this is a alternative. A good one. You can vibe at that or not. And I know some of you do. Kaya Masi, you guys are beautiful. You shine. Yeah, let's change the world together. This peaceful awakening consciousness. Yeah. You're just going to learn, you're going to learn how to activate your DNA so you can walk through a stargate and ascend just like Jesus did. Jesus was teaching ascension mechanics, and at the end of his journey, he did his own painless ascension. He was an Essene, which is the indigo races. We have indigos that are from all kinds of races now, but realize, that drama was pretty serious back then. But that we will be talking about the Christos point of view on Jesus. And some of you are very familiar with the Voyagers already. You know that there's actually 3 Jesus, and there's only one legitimate one, but there's 2 other ones that were imposters. And that's because that's so hard to explain to people. You know why? Because you have to talk about time travel and stargates and stuff. Because that's how it works. They can send someone through time. They did. They have their distraction. They're fake Jesus. So you look at that and say, that's Jesus. And then you have a third one that's crucified. Now that's explained. That's not explained all in 1 minute. We will explain it in a whole video series probably. But this is also important because you're going to learn like a lot of the stuff that's pretty dark symbolism. It's just, you're indigo, you seek truth, you just want to know truth, you're just tired of BS, you just want to find some source of real knowledge and truth and integrity and someone who really represents law. Or, love, who's really truly part of a goodness, a real knowledge and access to this ascension. I feel confident in this work, and people will try to bring down Ashiana. You're talking to the wrong person. I've been through it. I have made my own decision. I know. I believe. I don't need your opinion. You don't need to send me your ideas of Ashiana. I believe. I'm behind the information, and I don't see the distortion that you see, or created. So this is not just me saying that. And if you look at my Facebook channel, most of the views are Ashiana's videos. What does that say? Okay, she is there is people who believe in her. So I'm not the only one. I've heard, because I saw someone say that. Oh, your teacher who you praise or whatever. Oh, she's this and she's that. And dude, you have your opinion. I love you. I don't judge you. Just like you're judging someone else, right? Aren't you? You judge. We don't. Okay. As soon as I see her speaking outside law of one, okay. I don't see that. Do you know what is law of one? What is coming out of her mouth? What is she teaching you? What do you know? What are you learning? Machiwa. You will see these people try. You can say whatever you want. This will be easy to you'll have people trying to debunk. You debunk the debunkers. Machiwa. You simply speak law of one. Whatever they say, you simply understand, oh, sorry, we're all God. I'm God, you're God. You can judge, I'm not going to judge. It's real simple. You can explain this wisdom to a child. Some will understand, yeah, that's God. I believe, I understand, I realize. You will realize Machiwa. Or just go to your angry, dark gods. Did you guys notice how many dark gods? Even there's a Hindu god who's cutting off and eating people's heads off. You know, this is not God. Good gods. You know, they're gory. They're usually pretty bad. Roman gods, Greek gods, there's always some darkness there. Isn't that confusing? Don't you think that's a confusing message? Wow, it's God. But they're pretty, they act just like humans. You know, because we think of humans acting this many different emotions and bad qualities, but your God is too. Isn't that confusing? When you're growing up and like wondering what is God, well, why is these gods dark? You know, they do some pretty horrible things to and cut each other's bodies up, like Seth cuts up Osiris, and there's all kinds of freaking dark stuff, but it's sacred to you. You see what we're trying to teach and explain to you? Oh, cool, yeah. If you could see the guardians, man, if you could see light beings, and if you could be shown what you are worshipping, man, can you see this? So, angels and demons, I would rather be following positive guardian law of one. And some of you will raise your hand and say, I follow the demon side. Lucifer is good. I don't care what you say. Inky is good. There is God. They created my people. Okay, you can go there. Go to those gods. We're going to go towards not gods, but look within. We meditate. We get control of the monkey mind. We find our energy centers, we raise our consciousness progressively, and we go back and return to Source God. While you can sit here in your little manipulation and control and draining people's life force, we're gonna go beyond. We're gonna like do this while you do this. So you have power and control, but you're actually de-evolving. You won't notice it. It happens when you're gonna die and come back again as what? So you better try to live forever. Can you? Down here in the dying planet, you know, you're gonna be forever? You think you're gonna find this elixir of life, and cheat death? I'm gonna live to be 200 years old. Well, you have the concepts of death still. You're not supposed to die at all. You don't think about aging. Life becomes a transmutation instead of a death. You don't go like die and reincarnate and come alive. No, you transmute alive. Does the caterpillar die and then some living butterfly comes out? It didn't die. You transmute. The butterfly transmuted. You will transmute without dying if you're immortal. Immortal beings don't die. They transmute. You die. You don't transmute. You're not immortal. There is no elixir for you. You have the broken, distorted DNA. You have to go through bioregenesis and fix your DNA. You have to use ascension mechanics. Fix your shit, man. You want to ascend, honey, you have to do something. Not just be nice. I thought you just have to be loving and sweet. No, that's good. That's a start. You have to grow DNA. Remember, it usually naturally takes many lifetimes. We don't have that time and luxury. You have to learn ascension mechanics so you can do all of those lives now in this life. Growing a whole strand and then another whole strand. Dang. You got a lot of work and a lot of breath work, a lot of yoga, a lot of running energy, a lot of all kinds of stuff. Start now. I'm not saying shortcut. It's just literally, you would say, learning as much of the techniques as you can, getting all your boundaries straightened out, not being in any vampiric relationships, or just doing everything that's going to empower and quicken your ascension. No one can do it for you. No one's going to save you. You have to save yourself by doing conscious work, an accelerated conscious work. So I thank you guys for watching this video today. It's been a great honor. I'm still working on my health, but it's hard when it's just like a challenge. We all have challenge. And so before I go, I just want to have a quick shout out to all my members. There's a few people now on both Patreon and YouTube. I mean, there's different people, I'm saying, but there's some growing on Patreon and some growing on YouTube members. So thank you guys for being part of the Christos family. And if you need one-on-one consultation, if you want one-on-one, you just want to hang out and talk to me, hey, that's what I have the Patreon for, or you can do PayPal donation there. So I want to hear your story. You have some issues, or you just want to have confirmation about Christos info, or you just want to go back and forth, with questions or whatever. You just want to chill and ask me stuff. I don't care. Join us on Patreon. We also have a chat you can join. It still needs some help and pushing, but we're going to get there. We just need more of you there. And then when there's more of you there, I want to actually start doing some, like I want to post some pictures and ask you guys to post pictures. I want to start posting pictures about what the Maharata looks like. Bring in some pictures of the Maharata, and I will show you pictures of the Maharata. And we have a whole library of pictures to visualize. So yeah, thank you for being here, you guys. You're such a great blessing. Check out my other videos. I try to come out with more videos throughout the week, not just my lives. So make sure you're looking at those. Some of them are YouTube shorts. I have a lot more different videos. No, not different, but just the short-term videos on Instagram and TikTok. Check it out. You can reach me in my email. You can reach me, well, you could, you know what, if you just reply to one of my videos, I'll answer you. I check those every day, so I check those more because there's way too many people on Instagram, way too many on TikTok. I mean, for me to read them all, it would take me all day long, all night long, probably. It's a good problem to have, right? Thank you, Isabel. You're so kind. And thank you to my moderators, Isabel and Leo, for hanging out and helping out. Looks like you guys only had to do a few things, right? I mean, there was only a few issues, I think. Yeah, I recommend the Ascension Glossary too. Thank you, Bright Flame. Credo Lyra Vatos. On Cosmic Key Journey. Well, the Lyrans are part of the cat people. That's why there's this big sphinx on our planet. It's our heritage. It connects literally to the Leonine race, which connects to the Anuhazi feline hominids. And these are part of the blue flame. You got to realize it's not, you would say, religions point at a God, right? But God's a consciousness. Well, there's three major consciousness, a trinity that is the blue flame, violet flame, gold flame. And these created races. Each one created their own races. And it was the blue flame Elohai who are part of the Emerald Covenant. And that's where the Lyrans, well, everything comes out of the creator of Lyra, but when you want to talk about Lyrans, we're talking about the feline who come out of the blue flame. And so what do they do? Well, they're just races that live with the law of one, and they're part of our heritage. They're part of our spirituality, you would say, because it's part of the Emerald Covenant, which teaches us the law of one. So that's what they do. They bring in that knowledge through the guardian races, through the guardian service organizations such as the Guardian Alliance. But that's made of many different species and races. These are all considered guardian angelic nations, not just Lyrans, not just Pleiadians, Syrians, Arcturans, Andromedans, Vegans, whatever. It's not just these. It's millions of different species and aliens are part of the Guardian Alliance alone, much less the interdimensional association and service, So, and it's special for humans because because that's really where we come from. We're created through the blue flame, Elohai, Lyran peoples. That's just, what's up there. I mean, you can give respect to all the starseeds, but that's our main base, our Lyrans. All right. Yeah, you did. Look at that green star. Lanny, thank you. I'm sorry. Did you miss most of the show? No, it looks like you were talking earlier. Oh, you just found it. It's so good to see you guys there. Some of you, your star's going to change blue soon. One of you first ones, your star's going to change color if you stay with me another month. Bright Flame, yeah, I noticed that too. And also games like World of Warcraft, and I played an old school game called Master of Orion, which has even a modern version, which is kind of interesting. I like those kind of games. Space games. Yeah, I even played Deadlock, which is more primitive than Orion, but I just like those kind of games. And now I understand why. And in those races, it's not just recent New Age stuff, you guys. We've had these beings coming in, all these thousands of years. The reptilians and stuff, and millions. Actually, the Dracos, 1 million years ago, it was the Dracos who ended seeding 2. The reptiles then. It takes me a while to say goodnight, huh? I'm sorry, guys. Thank you so much and for being here. Appreciate those who have an open mind to the information. We're not hating on your belief or religion, you guys. We're simply offering a guardian per point of view, which has positive values. You can look at the positive values and then notice your own dark values in your belief, what we point out. And so we don't judge, and that's the way of the law of one. And I know a lot of you are developing that within yourself. Thank you for being here, you guys. As long as my health, which is my lungs, are good, I will keep doing these lives. Eventually, I will microdose, probably mushroom, and we'll see about that medicine, which is consumed, not smoked. So I'll give my lungs a break if that is going to be realistic for me. We'll see. So that's not any type of advice for you guys. It's just something I'm on. My journey is, and I've had the most profound spiritual experiences through this medicine. So I give it a high testimony. always do it safe and be knowledgeable before you do anything like that. All right, you guys, peace. Sorry it takes me so long. I love you very much, and I can't wait to see you on the next video. And have a good night. Love yourself, love others, and go through your spiritual awakening and make sure that you're gonna ascend. Machua. 22 people online. That's a perfect number to end the night, right? 22. That's a master number, baby. Yeah. And one of you 22 are part of that.